How's it going, guys? My name is Sean. I'm the founder of SHOT Concepts. For nearly 6 years, we've been providing innovative tactical gear, and we're here at SHOT Show 2025. We have a lot of changes planned this year, and you're looking at, well, the first one. We always wanted the gear to do the talking from the beginning, but we understand that had some obstacles when it came to filming, editing, and connecting with people at in-person events. So you can expect to see a face in videos, but the rest of the content will stay the same and ever evolving. We've been working on our stock levels, our customer service, our fulfillment times, and all of that, and we hope you've noticed the difference. But as we approach our booth, we're going to get into some of the current offerings and also some of the new offerings coming out this year. So with all that stuff out of the way, let's get into it. Starting on this corner, we have the Arc Carrier V2, many of you which are familiar with, and we have our Arc Placard V3 with the SMG large quintuple insert. We got Magpul Scorpion Evo mags in there. They can fit 5, and the sextuple, which we don't have here, can hold 6 more pistol-sized ones like MP5 ones. But Wolf Grey get up over here, and on this other outer podium, we have the Usurper V2 in its MOLLE configuration, with both sides being MOLLE, and our one-size-fits-all outer belt with our patent-pending snap system there, and it's all on a small Cobra there, but we'll kind of get into that a bit. Here we have one of our first mannequins. This is more of a CBRN assaulter kind of get up, just a mishmash of things really. We have our Arc Carrier V2 with our admin pouch up here. It's tapered so that it stays out of the way of various things on the sides, and it's tapered at the bottom so it acts as kind of a ramp to actually access your mag instead of having it blocked. We have our raid pouch here, but behind it is our new groin armor. We haven't come up with a great name for it yet, but stay tuned on that, and that'll be available sometime this quarter, and has 2-directional MOLLE, so you can mount stuff horizontally or vertically on it, and that way you're not losing that space, and you can still mount your raid pouch directly above it, so you can still use the same equipment there on that same spot. Swinging over here, on the Usurper belt on this side, we have our prototype frag pouches. We're also looking for a name for that, so if you have any suggestions, put them in the comments. But it can hold a M67 grenade, other items like Zins, and we'll kind of get into some of the other stuff going on there. But it's on the Sidekick V2, our articulating holster pad. And as we kind of rotate around the side, you can see that you can put an angled rifle mag pouch on that front of that canted sleeve. And we have our flex pouches here, and our big frickin' gun pouch back here. Over here we got the plate carrier pack clipped in the carrier, and we've actually adapted this so that it can fit a papper in there. We just cut a hole there. Don't recommend doing that, but it can be done if you wanted to fit that in there and slide these guys in. So we always recommend, make your gear your own, so just a cool setup. Over here we have our brain pouch attached, and yeah, that's kind of the gist on this one right here. As we move into the table, our goal for this was to have things people get much more hands-on with. Last year we were working off of mannequins and podiums and having to reset stuff. We really wanted to have more of like an Apple Store aesthetic with this, where people could actually like touch things, ask questions, feel it, and go part by part and see it fully kitted up. So we have the Usurper belt here. We're showing off that padded inner belt there for that all-day comfort, and then our exchangeable sleeves with that canted sleeve, the MOLLE sleeve, how it snaps into the core, and how it connects into the system for people. So over here is that Sidekick V2. We have it attached on a Safariland UBL, and we're showing off that articulating bit, the padding, the mounting, the elastic thigh strap, and next to it is all the components that kind of work with the Arc Placard V3. So here's the RAM insert. You can kind of see the Tegris walls on that. This actually started out as an AK insert, and we found that it worked out really well for most mags, especially re-indexing them. Our Arc Placard is behind it and just empty so that people can actually play with it and see how it comes together. Our rear document stacker that mounts to the back of that, and our chest strip pad that provides comfort against the body. It's actually foam with channels for airflow, and so you can get kind of hands-on with all of this stuff. Our friends at HRF have a little display here of some of their products, so you can kind of check off all that stuff and all their neat stickers. And as we move over here, we have our next display. This one, again, is an Arc Carrier V2, but this time has the up armor insert on the sides so that you can see how soft armor can be added to the inside for more coverage. And we have our Hive radio pouch on the exterior here holding an MP5 with a side connector. This is great for any radio that has a side connector and needs to expand, but also gets hot and needs to kind of ventilate instead of being trapped against the body. Below it, we have the larger groin panel. These both are going to be level 3A, and they're a nice blend of weight to cost savings. But this also has the 2-directional MOLLE, and we have our raid pouch attached with a charge on the back with all those holes, and one in the front as well as an OmniSert. So really just kind of demonstrating the versatility of the raid pouch with this. This also has usurper belts, but unlike the one that had the canted, this one here has the MOLLE, so you're able to see how all these mags can stack up. In the past, people complained that the canted version of the V1 basically eliminated some of the ability to stack more pouches forward. The MOLLE gives you the chance to run it in a more typical fashion there. Our friends at Nocturne have been supplying us with tubes to put on all the mannequins, so you can check out that stuff. But as we move into this table, you can kind of get your hands on just the ARC Carrier V2 as it's sold as a complete. The base, the cummerbund, see how the pontoons and everything come into work. It gives people a chance to get more hands-on with it than any of the displays. As we roll back, our Raid Pouch V3 is also here, but in its fanny pack configuration. So the tube has been removed and the fanny pack has been added. And on the inside, you can check out the armor insert for that, as well as the OmniSerts in different setups, essentially. Moving into some of the newer stuff, this is our plate care pack, but on the inside are our new medical inserts. These are more general purpose organizing inserts, but these will be releasing at some point this year. And they're all kind of the same, but when we were designing these, we asked people if they preferred a window or more organization on this panel. We got 50-50 answer, so we decided to do both, where you have elastic bands behind the Velcro, and you still have a big, generous window to see inside of it. We found that people wanted windows for mass cal events when someone else has to go get something out of their aid bag, or if they're just trying to kind of inventory their kit. And then other people wanted more space because they know what's in their kit and they've trained to it, and so we're basically giving both options there. These color tabs, these are just Velcro cable ties, so we're demonstrating that you can use really anything to color code these, even tape, but they will come with little hook patches that are very basic for you to Sharpie in whatever you want to say there. So cost effective, it works under nods, and yeah, you can fit 4 of them in the plate carrier pack. Moving to some of the prototype stuff, this is the ARC Carrier Lite. So it is basically a skeletonized version of the ARC Carrier V2. So we took all the features that people really enjoy from the V2, and we've kind of scaled down some of those things so that there's less weight. This is so far going to be kind of more of a lighter carrier that's lighter on the features, so you're not paying for some of that added material and weight and stuff like that that you get from the V2. This will just really give people more options. So they have a carrier, it still has the pontoons, it'll still come with the pads, still has a spider tab system, a lot of the modularity, but you will lose some of the options at the shoulder straps, in the back with cummerbund compatibility, just stuff like that. So you can expect that middle of the year, and in front of it is the ARC Placard V4. So it's an update to the V3, where it can now hold 6 mags, where in the back row you have your RAM inserts, but on the front you have the same insert with a tab and without the Tegris. That way this can collapse down to 3, or it can expand to 6 really quickly. We have Velcro on the front, so if you want to run flaps on it, you can run patches or any other sort of identifiers there. You still have the MOLLE on the sides, and there's a few quality of life improvements inside of that as well. So on the side is the frag pouches we kind of went over a little bit over there, but here it is with the 40mm insert there. This is a flippable insert, so if you don't want to run it but you want to have it ready, it's down there, it's deep, and it's out of the way, and it holds both rounds independently, so if you take one out, the other one doesn't, it'll just slide over. And you have 2 button snaps currently for the 2 heights, but we are exploring a buckle version as well. We're really feeling out what people want, so if you have any thoughts on the grenade pouch, put them in the comments below. On this side, you can just see, again, the frag orientation where it's completely wrapped. The grenade is, secured, and it has elastic there, so pulling it out also is something you have to do intentionally. So that is that, and there's the groin panel behind it. So as we move on into this display, last year we had a scout swimmer. Now this is more of a hey-ho jumper. So we got our chest rig kit on the ARC Placard V3 with the quad insert there. So you can see that it has a pull tab kit for jumping, and we have 2 radios on the side with our radio wings. And this is just kind of the rough setup there. So a bit more minimal and focus really on the chest rig. So as we roll into this, our friends at Alpine Design Gear have some stuff here. They got their U-zips in various sizes, their W-zip, which basically is two zipped together, and their dog bowl and their NVG pouch. People have been really liking this because it is padded, and they have some other variants coming out in the future where it can hold your night vision fairly tight. It's not a huge footprint on your kit, and it's pretty secure. We use these ourselves and we like them a lot, and check out their stuff. Over here, we have just some of our smaller things. We have our DET pouch, our Flex pouch, ETA, Big Freaking Gun pouch, Shawshank V3, and the newer Arc Radio Wing V2. So this is an update where it's no longer spacer mesh on the back, it's tweed, and the foam wraps over more of it. It now has a G-hook on the front, so you can self-access that from the top now. And there's enough space still here so that a 163 or an MPU-5 of the sort can have a side pin connector there so that it'll still fit inside there. So this will fit in 148 up to 163 and its connectors. And then you have that G-hook. If you don't want the G-hook, you can actually just remove the G-hook from the system. You don't have to run the G-hook, but it will come up set up like this. You just remove that knot, lash it over one of the points, tie a new knot, and now it's out of the way. So there's Arc Radio Wing V2 that will be coming out later this year. Our Hive Radio pouch again, and our Arc Admin pouch over here. So that is the gist of the booth. As you see on the wall, we have a bunch of Polaroids up of people that visit various companies and stuff like that. If you're here, come on by. We'll take a Polaroid with you, get it up on the wall. And thanks for checking out the booth. As always, go forth and conquer all.